Hello movie fans, I'm Eric, aka MrAniMonkey, and this is my review of Monsters University. Monsters University is a prequel to Monsters Inc., which is one of my favorite movies growing up, and one of my favorite animated movies still to this day. I love that movie, and I could not wait to see what happened beforehand with Mike and Sully going to college. This was a movie in 2013 I was most excited to see because I love Pixar, and of course they hit a rough patch in the past few years. I've been defending them the whole way through. Cars 2, I thought it was okay. I think it gets a really bad rep. I didn't think it was a good movie, but I thought it was an alright movie. Brave, I thought was a pretty good movie actually. I don't think it deserved to win the Oscar, but whatever. Those two movies were definitely not quite on the masterpiece level instead of Pixar's other films like Toy Story, which is my favorite movie ever, Monsters Inc. being incredible. But this movie seems like a return to what Pixar does best, and that's to make great movies with great lovable characters and a lot of creativity. So I was really excited for Monsters University, and I thought it was great. All around, the characters, the animation was spectacular, the story was really good. All the elements played together to make a really great Pixar movie. Does it quite live up to the original? No, not really. It's not really on the same scale as the original movie as far as the story goes and as far as everything plays out. It's more of a smaller, more focused movie, and it's not exactly as original. But I think it's good to do it that way because it's not overshadowing the original movie by having a bigger story than it because it takes place beforehand. So I think it's good that it has a smaller story. Starting off with the plot, it's basically Mike and Sully in college are not the best of friends like they are in Monsters Inc. They're more or less enemies. Mike is more of a know-it-all type. He gets everything from his books when he's trying to learn how to be a scarer. James B. Sullivan is just a naturally good scarer, but he's not really good at getting into the whole academic portion of it. So they kind of combat in that, and they end up having to participate in the scare games in order to succeed at their dreams of becoming scarers. The movie goes on as sort of Pixar's take on the college comedy genre, and I thought it was very enjoyable, really entertaining. The story, again, is smaller than the original Monsters Inc., but I think that's a good thing. It helps bond the two together, making one the beforehand, one the bigger story and the main story and what everything branched off of. The animation was amazing. Of course, Pixar always tops themselves. This might be their best yet. Very colorful, even more so than the original Monsters Inc. or maybe any of their other movies in general. I think that's because this is the most competition there's ever been in the computer animated genre. Every studio is coming out with their own computer animated movies, so Pixar has to make sure it's very colorful so the kids will ask their parents to take them to see it, and they can make the most money out of all the other crazy computer animated movies coming out this summer, like Epic and Despicable Me 2 and all that. So that makes sense. All the monsters look great. They're all a lot of great designs, and there are some old monsters coming back. Randall's in it for a good portion of the movie. I would have liked him if he was in it a little bit more, but for what he does, he does a good job doing it. Steve Buscemi voices Randall, and that's brings me to the voice casting, which of course is great like the original movie. John Goodman and Billy Crystal both hop right back into their roles. They're great. This movie has a huge voice cast, and they all do their jobs really well. Helen Mirren is one of the standouts. She plays Dean Hornswoggle or something like that. She's pretty much one of the main antagonists of the movie. The music in this movie is great. Randy Newman goes back to do the score for this like he did in the original Monsters Inc., and they're both great. It has kind of a really fun kind of jazzy feel to it like the first one did. And even there's a scene where the exact music from the Monsters Inc. comes back into Monsters University, and that was kind of cool. I did have some problems with this movie. I think it wasn't as funny as the original Monsters Inc., which is one thing that could have been on the same level as the original without overshadowing it. And it wasn't quite as funny. I think Monsters Inc. is one of the funniest Pixar movies there, so it's kind of hard to top that. There are some really great jokes in here though. One in particular during the final scare game, the scare simulator scene. One of the characters, Squishy, I can't really explain it without spoiling it. You get to see it for yourself. I was in hysterics. Also, the emotion of this movie wasn't as good as it could have been. It could have been more front and center, but instead it's more about them building up this scare team instead of them building a relationship between Mike and Sully. So that was okay, but I would have liked to see more of their relationship building since that is what is the big part of Monsters Inc. But besides those two things, this movie is really enjoyable, really entertaining throughout the whole span. I had a great time. I was laughing a lot, and I say it's worthy of being the prequel to Monsters Inc., which is, again, one of my favorite animated movies. Scoring this movie, I'll give the animation a 5 out of 5. Really beautiful animation. The campus looks great. The characters look great. The characters themselves, I'll give a 4.5 out of 5. I would like to see a little bit more between Mike and Sully and their relationship, but besides that, all the characters were really good. The new characters were really cool. The direction, I'll give a 4.5 as well. There were some little parts of it that I didn't really like as much as the other parts, but overall it's entertaining. The entertainment, I'll give a 5 out of 5. And the story, I would also give a 5 out of 5. I think it's really good, it's really serviceable for a prequel to Monsters Inc. And so overall, I give the movie a 4.8 out of 5 bananas. That's all from our review of Monsters University. What do you guys think of the movie? Do you like it as much as Monsters Inc.? Do you think it's worthy of being the prequel to Monsters Inc.? So tell me what you thought about it in the comments below. My question for you guys is, which Pixar movie would you like to see a prequel to or sequel to? And which one would you not want to see a prequel to or sequel to? Please don't say The Incredibles 2, because everyone always says that. I'm pretty sure it's happening, so they're taking their time with it, so just leave them alone about The Incredibles 2 and say something else, please. Please. Go check out my main channel, MrAniMonkey, and my Facebook and my Twitter and my Instagram and everything in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.